Desiree Perez might be in a position where she owes lawyer fees of millions of dollars because she didn't account for something very important, which is that the insurer, which pays her legal fees, will not actually cover the lawsuit that she finds herself in. This is all part of a complaint by the insurance company, New York Marine and General Insurance, versus Desiree Perez, the head of Rock Nation, and her daughter. So the complaint was filed seeking what's called declaratory judgment, pursuant to Title 28 of the United States Code, Section 2201. And what the plaintiff is seeking is to determine the scope of the insurance coverage obligations, which means the insurer is basically saying, why on earth, why the hell should they cover the legal fees for what is effectively a family dispute? This arises out of an issue where on May 9, 2025, Desiree Perez's daughter filed a lawsuit against her, Rock Nation, Natalie Anderson, and several other people for trying to interfere and using money, power, and influence to destroy her marriage. The complaint specifically names Desiree Perez, who is the Rock Nation CEO and part owner of the company, and alleges that she and Rock Nation had a hand in trying to destroy the relationship that Desiree Perez's daughter had with her husband. This includes using contractors to install software to manipulate text messages, photographs, very scary stuff. In addition, wrongfully committing her daughter to a treatment facility, and also hiring private investigators to lure her to a place where an intervention could occur, or, in the words of the insurance company, where the daughter would be held against her will. And effectively, the allegations are pretty shocking, and it goes further on to say that, quote unquote, Mrs. Hadley, who is Desiree's daughter, was diagnosed by Dr. Duba with unspecified psychosis without even examining her, ordered 24-hour supervision, and directed hospital staff to medicate her. If these claims are proven, that is utterly shocking. How can a doctor diagnose a person without any examination of the patient at all? So they're very serious claims. And apparently, the daughter filed a petition with the court falsely accusing or stating that she had been falsely accused of drug use, and requesting that she get redress for having to be confined to the doctor's facility. Now, even with these shocking allegations, the insurance company states that they should not be involved whatsoever because the actual contract only deals with claims that arise out of the business that Desiree Perez is involved in. So that would be, for example, if there's a breach of contract with one of the employees that Rock Nation oversees, if there's a supplier or a software developer that provides a program to Rock Nation and there's a resulting dispute, that would be much more difficult for the insurance company to disprove. But if there's a family issue, if there's a family dispute, apparently that would not, in the eyes of the plaintiff in this case, who is the insurance company, that would not constitute a claim that is arising out of the work of Desiree Perez directly. That's where this issue arises. Now, it seems to me that the counterpoint or the argument on the other side would be that the problem is Perez used her position in the company in order to try to put her daughter on a psychiatric hold, in order to interfere with the daughter's marriage, in order to effectively disadvantage her. So that is what could be said in this instance, but it's not exactly clear how things will turn out. Now, my view of the lawsuit is that I would say this may not be an easy case to win, but it is certainly a case for which there are definitely strong grounds indeed. Can you imagine if every CEO who had a dispute with, for example, his wife could easily get their insurer to pay their marital fees? Can you imagine if every time a CEO's kids had an issue such as a DUI, the insurer for the CEO's company had to pay? That would be unfair, and more importantly, it would probably even be a breach of the contract. It may not even be covered in the contractual terms of the agreement which covers that company. That is the whole crux of the issue. But another thing that it does is that it highlights the difficulty that Rock Nation is facing, with a lot of artists coming out saying that they engage in underhanded practices. Many people saying that they do things which are unfair, untoward, and even unethical. If your own insurance company is trying to distance itself from you, that is an issue, because number one, they have millions of dollars by which they will cover your legal fees, which they will cover potential damages awards. So you don't usually expect an insurance company to take this position. So if anything, it gives an insight into how messed up things are at Rock Nation so far.